Right, afternoon everybody. Welcome to my test bench again. And on it today we have a Pelly case 1050, one of the micro case range, brand spanking new. However, in here we have the MediaFire USB test kit. Now, if you are in Mrs. Jones's house and she wants you to put something like this in, and you do it and you go away quite happily, you get a phone call in the evening. Mrs. Jones says her USB charger doesn't work. If you haven't tested that before you leave, then you've got to go back. If you do a little video of it working, then you can send it to her and say, well, you'll pop round later, but unfortunately there might be a call out charge. So in this test kit we have the meter unit with type C and micro USB in, Bluetooth and a USB out. So if we stick that in my plug top charger, and you have the load bank LD35, pop for controlling the load, on off switch, and a set so you can jump up to a preset level. You can also connect in micro and type C in there as well. So if we stick those two in there and turn her on and pop you out of the tripod a minute, we can see 5.11 volts. We know that it is working. We can see the current drawn by the load bank, which at the moment I'm turning down to nothing. So we have pop for adjusting the load and the output. At the moment set to 0, and that's just picking up a background. However, if we slowly turn it the right way, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, build it up slowly, see if we can find out. Voltage is staying fairly stable. There we go, it's cut out. So if I turn that off, that went out at about 218 milliamps. That's come back on. If we drop that back down a little bit, let's put it down to about 180 odd. Turn him back on. So that is delivering about 200 milliamps before the thermal cutout kicks in. Now that's important to me for two reasons. I know that the thermal cutout works on the USB, so it's not one of these dodgy ones that's going to set fire in the middle of the night. And I can now run that for as long as I want and see what the heat build up in that's like. If you're connecting it to a socket, the output on the one there is 3.1 amps. You're going to generate a lot more heat. You can see how that affects the socket. So there you go, quite a snazzy little setup. I like that. I do like the fact that you can USB that to a Android app on your phone, and you can actually download the graphs of the load. So that's gone out again. So 180 milliamps is too much for that reset on that. It's not even warm, but at least it's confirming that that goes on and off. So there we have it, MediaFire LD35 load bank and the UM25C meter. Very nice little kit. By the way, I'll stick a link to Paul Meenham's video that explains all the legal ins and outs about Pure, why you need to be doing this in a workplace, verifying it, checking it, making sure they're safe for continued service. There you go. Thanks very much.